How to submit a design. Number one, we have two guys in Chicago that are here for design assist. Very basically, their role is to take an ISO riser provided by you and define what those diameters look like so we have an efficient siphonic system. We need to understand the routing both horizontally as well as vertically. And then second, most importantly, we need to understand the area or demand for each one of those drains. If you are drawing up a system on your own, please note for the drains connecting, we do want them connecting on the horizontal. So we don't want to have them drop in directly from the vertical. The tailpipe is where they're generating that siphonic action. So that's why this is best design intent. After you have something ready, go to myfab.com. Right there on the top, we have a button that says Siphonic Design Submission. This takes you right to a form that asks the very bare minimum. If you have a Revit file, that's fine. We can dimension that very easily. Blueprints are acceptable as well. We just need to understand the routing, and please send the elevations. That's generally what our biggest holdup is, trying to identify that with y'all. You can also go down to the bar and draw it up on a cocktail napkin for all we care. As long as we understand what needs to be drawn in, we can help you out. From there, our team takes that and inputs it into our balancing program. It's online based. We'll give you as many logins as you want. And if you have somebody on your team that wants to learn how to do this themselves, we're more than happy to train you. But what they're ultimately looking to do is input the routing we've been provided and then find out what diameter these are. So when we do get a rain event, all of these drains are filling up at the same instance. So they're all entering that siphonic mode at the same time. Once we get a pass, our team provides back a calculation report, which tells us at every single point in that system what the diameter, the direction, the head rate, the flow loss, all of the major metrics within the ASPE 45 standard are blatantly laid out right here. They also provide a bill of materials. This does not include the bracing, just because it's a balancing program at the end of the day and we don't know what's going to be used for it. But it does give you at least a good starting point to understand what that system would cost. My team also creates a Revit file from that system. And from that Revit file, they make the install blueprints. So Revit file is raw data there if you want it. But more importantly, they create the install blueprint. That way it's no extra labor on your end and you can drop it right in there so that contractor understands exactly how that system needs to be installed as per was your design. With any ISO we send out, we also send out our blueprint guideline. That's all those little points we talked about at the last part of our session today. I will send this to you at the end of class as well. But just so you have something as well, it just really safeguards everybody. So if you're putting it out there on your plans, you are going with siphonic system, somebody can't claim ignorance. You put it in their plans, they have every ability to review it, and everybody's protected. And last one that we're doing differently from anybody else, I also have a CSI spec written up. That's yours to take. You can take all of it. You can take a little bit of it, but that's yours to use. Big advantage with our CSI spec. For a siphonic system, there are different manufacturers. If you are going with a different siphonic drain, you do have to have a design balance within their balancing program as well. Just because the drains do have different characteristics, and I've done enough of these to tell you, the routing does not match from program to program to program. How I've protected you as the engineer in our CSI spec, it is listed with MyFab as a master spec. However, it leaves it open-ended. So that way, if the contractor does want to go to a different manufacturer, you're giving them that ability. However, the onus is on them to then provide an engineering stamp. They still need to go ahead and respect your CSI spec. But at that point, the contractor takes all ownership of the storm system. And again, it makes sure that you're not doing two different layouts. Last bit that's totally unique to us, we have a contractor pre-install call before shipping any project. And I do this myself personally on every single job. I will not ship without it being done, but it's a quick 10-minute call. like some of us on the call here today, the contractors have heard of siphonic drainage, but they might not have gotten a chance to do an install. So top level, what is siphonic drainage? What are some of those things you have to be aware of? The reduction of the vertical. Are you seeing the air brake? Are you aware of the bracing? And then finally, number 3, the last part of our session today, how do you handle changes if and when they do arise? So that way they're not going rogue, we're being proactive, and they understand the expectation for the project from day one.